back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Athlete's Journey. I'm your host, Travis Reed. I got a special guest in the house, a person that I consider like a little brother to me. If y'all don't know, this brother grew up on the same street as me growing up, on the same 50th Street block. And man, from 50th Street all the way around the world, I played against him, which is crazy. But we'll get into that a little bit later. This is my bro, my little bro, Curtis Millage. Say what's up, Curtis.
What up, everybody? Hey, it's a pleasure. I appreciate it, Big T, man, to have me on here. Glad that you're doing good, and I really appreciate everything that you've been doing.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, brother. Like I said, went from South Central to Lithuanian Latvia to Prague.
Yeah,
we're together, boy.
Hey, in the world, man. Seeing that world.
You know what I'm saying? See the world from South Central to Estonia. That's the book cover right there, though.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And for other people that don't know, me and Curtis went to the same high school, not at the same time, and played on the same overseas team, but not at the same time.
Yes, sir.
It never happened.
That's why you call me the little brother.
You know what I'm saying? Well, let's just get into it, Curtis, man. How did your basketball journey start, man?
Oh, man. It's crazy. Just watching you guys, growing up, the Boys and Girls Club, your pops, what he did for the kids, the unprivileged kids off the street, bringing them in, letting them get an opportunity. It was just a blessing just to be able, to play the game. Didn't know it would go take me to this level, but it was just, it just started off, just an inner city kid and, just being around your dad and letting me come into that Boys and Girls Club and being able to play a little bit.
No, definitely, man, definitely. The Boys and Girls Club did produce some legends, man. I tell you.
Yeah.
From yourself to myself to Russell Westbrook, Dino Tanner, Billy Preston.
Mm-hmm.
The list goes on and on and on and on. Trust me, there's a lot of talent that come out that Boys and Girls Club, man.
Yes, sir.
So were you interested in any other sports besides ball growing up?
Actually, football. I played football when I got to high school. Mom said I was too little after I started playing. I understand why. Was a $120 something, not even 6 feet, about 5'9". Ended up playing volleyball in high school. I ended up loving that sport. Played it throughout my high school at Manual Arts High School. And then, Coach, Bernick from Manual Arts High School was like, hey, come and play basketball. And, took me under his wing and started teaching me a little bit more, before school and after school. So that was a blessing. No,
definitely, man. Definitely. Was Dolph your coach at Manual? He was still your coach at Manual, right? Yeah.
Randolph Simpson was the coach there. No hard feelings, but he didn't take me under his wing. I leave it up to Coach Bernick, Coach Johnson. Them was the two who took me under their wing. And if it wasn't for them two to get after me over and over, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
I hear you, bro. Because I remember, like I said, I remember when y'all was with, like, all played together.
Yeah.
Like you, James, Big Johnny, like all y'all played together, bro. And so y'all just grew up together. I remember that. Like I said.
Yeah, we had the little Blue Devil, that club team with Coach Victor Chompy, running them Blue Devils through the Manual Arts High School. Them guys was unbelievable, to me, watching them play because, they started at a young age and, I started at that late age being organized with it. Just watching them guys, how they play was tremendous, exciting to me. And, the more work ethic I kept putting in and time on and off the court before and after, it paid off.
No, definitely. I remember we actually came to y'all game at the city championship when I was at UCLA, when y'all was at the sports arena playing against Westchester.
Yeah.
Everybody was looking at Brandon Granville and Bland and Blumenthal. I was like, I'm looking at my boy Curtis. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, okay, I see you, Curtis, up there doing your thing in the sports arena, man.
Yeah, that was a blessing, man. I felt like I was on top of the world being in there. But, they came out on top. They was tremendously good. They had a talented team. But, that following year we bounced back and, took it against Fairfax. And that was a great feeling for us.
I got you. I remember that. So is that your most memorable moment in high school was winning the city?
I wouldn't. Yeah, I'll say so. Just achieving the odds. Being a little guy. Not being able to get that opportunity. Everyone don't know this story, but I'm gonna say it. I don't care. Being in ninth grade, averaging 10 turnovers. Coach Bernick always called me apple turnover. I'm like, damn, why?
Okay, I didn't never know that.
Yeah, dude, like, let's rock. And he was like, hey, man, let me go to McDonald's to get you an apple turnover. I'm like, what? So before games, he used to bring me an apple turnover. Was like, hey, this you. So that stuck with me throughout my career. So I was like, all right, make sure I take care of this ball after that. Now, okay.
That's a heck of a story, man. I tell you, that's a heck of a story.
Yeah, man.
Right. So obviously you take City at Manual Arts. After Manual, then what's the next part?
Oh, the next goal thing is going to LA Southwest. I didn't pretty much think I was going to play basketball after high school. I just wanted to get my education. But Rick Morris Sr. Wanted me to come and play. I sat down and talked to Coach Bernick and Coach Johnson. What should I do? And they just told me if I feel like I want to play, continue to do it. They believe in Coach Moore's system and his style. And I went over there, had an excellent career over there for 2 years. Defensive Player of the Year, State Player of the Year, won a state.
Okay.
Can't complain about it. Got my jersey retired. It was real to me. I didn't know I was going to ever happen, but it happened. So it was.
Okay. Well, obviously, you were doing big things. You were doing big things over there.
Putting that hard work in there. Hard work. That speed.
Yep. So after winning State Player of the Year, getting your jersey retired, all that, what's the next part of your journey?
Oh, that next journey came Arizona State University Sun Devils. Rob Evans came down and offered me a scholarship. Went over there and did a great thing over there in 2 years again. Made it to the NCAA tournament. Led the school 8th in scoring. In 2 years as a transfer from JUCO. That was amazing. That was just a great experience playing in front of 15,000 fans and on the day in and out. It was exciting.
No, I remember you were on the team that broke that incredible streak at UCLA. It was like 88 game losing streak or something at Poly to UCLA. And yeah, you was on the team that actually beat that streak. I remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Down by 2 and hitting the game-winning 3 in front of hometown family, friends. I thought I was God then when I I won at Poly against Fairfax in high school and then come back and play against UCLA and hit the game winner. Oh, you couldn't say nothing to me no more. I was after that.
I got you. So what was the hardest thing from Arizona State from high school?
Physical. Physical. Fast wasn't no problem with me, but more physical. I adapt to that, start hitting the weight room, getting the body a little bit stronger. Once I got that, it was nothing to me. Okay.
So what would you say was your greatest triumph in college and your greatest failure?
Damn, that's tough, bro. My greatest U of A, sold out arena. Number 2 in the nation. The media and everybody was like, what do you think about this rival? Especially coming from South Central, you don't care about that. The inner city, I'm like, dude, I don't care about no damn rival. I'm out here to hoop.
Right.
And Coach Evans, I remember him saying, "Son, you can't talk like that, Coach. I don't care about these people. I'm gonna go get it." We won. We won. And he walked up to me after the game. Was like, "Son," he was like, "I appreciate how you handled that." I said, "I didn't disrespect nobody. I just did my job." The one thing that hurt me so bad is playing against Stanford, Josh Childress. I hit a tough layup to go up, come down the court, take a charge. They said a block and foul. It was a complete charge, but Josh went to the free throw line and hit them 2 free throws to win the game. That hurt.
Okay. Now I got you, bro. That's actually a heck of a story. I didn't realize who was on that Arizona team when he was playing.
Jason Gardner, Rick Anderson, Luke Walton, Andrew Iguodala. They was low.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's how I was like. I was on that team there. They were the number one. Yeah, number one,
Yeah.
number two in the country. We got beat them. I remember that. I remember that. Because I
Yep.
was at Long Beach State. I was, Arizona. I was like, they're a great school, but I was like, let's go Arizona State. My boy Curtis doing it, baby.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, it was crazy, man. Just being away from the hometown, that was more crazy to me, Didn't ever think, that could take me this far or whatever, Now, just looking back on it, reflecting on it every day, it's just amazing, where I came from to where I'm at now.
No, definitely. What would you say was your biggest lesson that you learned in college?
Responsibility, being accountable. Um, I didn't have no parents to be like, hey, you got to do this. No, I had to be that adult of my own, make my own judgments and be accountable, for my actions and on and off the court. And if I want to succeed, I had to go and do it myself.
Okay. That actually makes sense, man. That makes a lot of sense. So you do your 2 years at Arizona State. You finish top 8 in school history and scoring. You break the streak at against UCLA. You beat number 2 Arizona. So what's next for Mr. Millage?
2003, go to a tryout with the Phoenix Suns. Didn't make it. Went down to the last cut before the season. After that, I remember Frank Johnson asked me if I wanted to try in Europe, and I said, "Man, Europe, that's kind of far." Okay, how long do I gotta go for? He was like, "Oh man, it's like a 10-hour whatever flight and all this." I'm like, Let me talk. At the time, it was my college sweetheart, and now she's my wife, my beautiful wife. And she was like, "Well, go give it a try." Went over there to Germany, played for Dirk Nowitzki, one of the legends, Hall of Famer, his team, and ended up doing pretty good. I liked it, and I was like, "Shoot, let me keep trying this. Let me see." Had a little bad experience with the coach, just a knucklehead coach I had at the time, at that time. But I kept staying with it, and after that, went off to China, Croatia, Latvia, Estonia, France, Turkey, Lebanon, whatever, Ukraine, Poland. I've been everywhere, so it's like a great experience for me. Lithuania, all that stuff. So to get to see them things right there, and then play against some of these guys, who's in the NBA now these days, is a blessing, because I played against them when they were young. Now I'm the OG to them. So it's like, hey, I played against them, and, reflecting, talking back with my kids, and my wife like, oh, you remember him? Yeah. So it's a great feeling. You get to see these young men grow up and play where you wanted to be, but you didn't get there, but you played where they was being, where they played at.
I definitely agree with you on that. For everybody out there, me and Curtis played against each other. I was in Estonia. He was in Latvia. He was the guy, him and this guy, AJ Bramlett, who was my college host when I went to Arizona on my recruiting trip. And so people don't even know. It's like what is it called? 3 degrees of separation, whatever the case is. Like, I was like, man, this is crazy. We played against each other my second to last year in Estonia. They beat us in the playoffs and to go on to the Baltic League. But me and Curtis did play together in the FIBA Cup All-Star game in Prague. It was Prague, right? It was Prague, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's when we played against Marcus Gasol and like a bunch of dudes, I was like, man, we actually played against him in the second round after that All-Star. I was like, this dude is unstoppable. Who's gonna stop us in the NBA, man?
That's crazy. Just that small little circle. Like you said, AJ was, your host. That was my big man. And meeting him from day one when I went to Latvia, he says, "What you need me to do?" I said, "Man, just send me that pick and let me do what I got to do." And I mean, he set some good picks to get me open, pass the ball, but it was a great, experience being in Latvia. We was just like a college team. I mean, that felt like college. I mean, my Latvian players actually played the college way. And my Lithuanian coach, he coached like we was in college. So that was great. It wasn't that strict rule. You do A, you do B. No, he was like, hey, y'all be free. Just play your game, which you can do best of your ability. And that was great to go into.
I remember, like I said, we played y'all, lost to y'all. So yeah, I remember. I remember that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so why did you choose my old team, Estonia? That's how I always wanted to ask you that question. Why did you choose my old team?
Oh man, they knew me. I knew about the city, beautiful city.
Yes, very beautiful, very beautiful.
I played in that Baltic area for over 4 or 5 years. Well, total of 6 years. So it was one of them things where I was like, hey, Lafayette was like literally home to me and my wife. That was like our home. And, just going down to Estonia, playing against the Estonian team, like Tartu, Kalev, and all of them.
Yep.
It just felt like, okay, let's just go next door and play. And she even remembered. She was like, that Travis. I'm like, yeah, that's Travis who want to do the interview and everything. She was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like she don't know about her past, but she probably remember like us from overseas and stuff.
Only overseas. So, I try to put her on it. She understand the game. She's a hooper too. She know how to play and play the game. So, it's competitive in this household.
I love it. Yeah. You always need that athletic, athletic presence.
Yes, sir.
In your life.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was excited to go there when they offered, a contract, because I've been there. I seen you play there. I see how you did when you was there. I see how the fans are unbelievable. They crazy. And I was like, man, I gotta go there. And that's what I live for, because if you get going crazy, I can get going loose.
I got you. That's actually how it was. They pumped me up all the time. I was always like, doing like Irish ear thing. We would just, I was pumped. I was always there.
They get you going like you on cloud 9 over there, boy. They get you going.
Agreed. I agree with you on that one, bro. I agree with you on that one.
So it was.
So based off of your whole career, what was the best country that you was at?
You got to rephrase that question to me. If you want to say living wise,
yeah, let's go with living.
Okay, I'm gonna go with living. I'm gonna say split Croatia.
For real?
Oh, that was great living over there. Don't get me wrong, it was just because it was the Mediterranean Sea. That was me and my wife first time. That was a great experience. We love it there. Regal was home to us. We spent 3 years over there, and out of them 3 years, we won 2 championships and changed that whole dynamic country around.
All right. Croatia. That was shocking. I thought you was gonna say Latvia, though. I thought you were gonna say over there because Riga, right?
I'm saying Riga is Latvia, Riga.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. I was like, I wasn't sure. Well, okay. All right. So you played how many years overseas? It was like 14, or was it 15? 15?
14 years.
Oh, 14. Okay, 14. So what would be your best advice for like the next college person that's coming out, that's trying to go overseas, can't decide? Well, this is going to be like a 2-part question. What would you first, what would you tell them, like if a guy like, say young Curtis is coming like from Europe, what would be your best advice to tell them, since you already played and done it, been there and done that? And then we'll go to the next question.
You got to be mentally tough, physically and mentally tough. You have to take care of business. It's no ifs, no ands, no buts, no excuses. Just like when we grew up, the Drew League, no excuses. You got to go out there and perform. You have to do to make your win. That means you have to be an all-around player. And if you don't be that all-around player, it's not for you. But if you're mentally and physically strong and capable of just going over there and doing you're good to go.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, my next question would be this. Um, my next question is if there, say young Curtis has maybe a tryout or G League or something like that, or if you had an opportunity to go overseas and make the money, what would you tell him then?
Oh man, go make your money. We know we always have a dream of making it to the NBA or the G League, but you know that NBA circle right there, they know who they want. If they want you, they'll come and get you. They'll find you. You're not invisible. They know who you are, and if they want you, they'll come after you. Go make your money. Don't pass up something and an opportunity, talent, and maybe take you to a higher level that you never thought you can.
No, yeah. No, I hear you on that, brother. Like I said, I had an opportunity. Like they said, well, you know, if you come to the D League at the time, it wasn't the G League as it is now. The D League, pretty much, they was like, you know, we draft you, you know, top whatever. And I was like, my
Yep.
boy, you know, Rock Lloyd had told me about it. He was like,
Yep.
man, you know, like you sharing an apartment and, you know, 2, 3 other dudes they ain't making that much money. And I was like, man, that don't sound like no fun, you know? And I didn't even get a chance
Yeah.
to play in the league. I'm gonna go overseas, bro, make some money. You know?
Yeah, so you ain't in college no more. You still had your own room in college.
Right. That's all. Look, I thought I was like, well, I'm gonna be a professional. I'm gonna have my own spot. But I'm going back to college and making money. Oh man, I gotta go overseas, bro. I gotta go overseas. Go make me some money, man.
Hey, you
And the
made
funny thing was my first year I didn't make that much money, so I did share an apartment, but at least it was a bigger room, big apartment, big room, and all that stuff.
yeah, and that's where it comes down to. A lot of players, a lot of people don't know, and it's good that me and you can educate them because we've been over there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, prove yourself. Prove yourself to make that money. Just like when you're in the NBA, when you're on that last contract, you go prove to the NBA to get some money, huh? So
Yeah.
hey, you go do what you gotta do. Hey, but over there, and that's one thing that concerned me about this NBA. It ain't no low management. Hey, it's always you better be high management ready to go no matter what.
Look, we done played in some cold gyms
Yeah.
over there in that Baltic region. I tell you, boy, I remember like it'd be like -10. I would come with like in a ski mask, like I'm about to rob somebody. All you see was my eyes and my lips. It'd be -10. And my teammates like, dude, it's not that cold. I'm like, I'm from California, man. This is freezing. You know,
Hey, I was in Russia. I had on 2 coats, a thermo, and a undershirt with 2 pairs of sweats on and some tights, just to practice in games because it was so cold, -10, -15. I'm like,
Man, I'm telling you, boy, people don't even know how cold it is up there, man. I remember
Yeah.
that, bro, man. I remember one time we went to the club and came out. It was like, say, regular, like,
Yep.
you know, still cold, but then we got out. It was -15. We like rushed into the car. Me and my teammates hurry up get in this car. Turn on the car, hurry up real fast. The car take a minute to warm up. We're like, oh my God, dude, this is insane, bro. This cold is insane.
Hey, it's funny, man. Like you said, you know, I had an experience, you know, going to the club, everything in Russia. I mean, dude, flat out drunk off that Russian vodka, but came outside. He was straightened up when that wind hit him. He was normal then. I said, wow. And he was like, "What do to you?" I said, "I ain't know about that one."
Right, I'm telling you, man. I remember the vodka was like cheaper than the juice or something like that. It was, you know, you could buy that just all day, every day, man. So I remember about Estonia, like they had like American food, but they, you know, you can have fun every day. You can really go out every day if you wanted to.
Nope, that's true. Yeah, and that was a great feeling. You know, a lot of people always talk about, oh, you going to this country, you know, family wise. You know, you're taking your family there. Y'all going there, but a lot of people don't look at it and understand. Once you get over there, it's a different atmosphere. It's a different culture, and not just because we athletes, it's just different view over there. You know, to what we seeing here in America, and people don't understand that until you get over.
Oh, I agree with you 100%, man, 100%. I think honestly, like people just mistake that, you bring in the family. It's kind of like your kids was young at the time, so they wasn't in school. So it's kind of they be thinking it's something a little bit different than really what it is. It's really slowed down, like a slow down pace.
Mm-hmm.
For me, when I was in Estonia, or any country, all I needed was like the gym, a weight room where I can go lift, and the grocery store, and a movie theater, and a mall. If I had those five things, I'm good.
Yeah, I was lucky because them theaters over there was in English. The food, I couldn't beat it. I'm like, man, these pastries and everything over there. I said, golly, let me go get me some more. Let me go. My wife sent me somewhere. Go get some of this. I'm like, go get this pastry. Go get this. I'm like, okay, I'm go get it. You
Okay,
got that like that.
okay. So since you said you brought your wife and your kids and stuff, what was she doing while you were at practice and games and things like that away?
Man, she either be sightseeing, traveling. She ain't sit at the house all the time. She'll be moving around. So, hey, and I give her all the credit for that. She got to see the other side of the world. My son, he got to see about 7, 8 years older. And my daughter only got like 3 or 4.
Okay. Okay. That's actually pretty cool, man. To be honest, pretty cool, man. Now everybody kind of goes through those highs and lows, of overseas basketball, man. I can remember, some days I'll be looking outside, it'd be a blizzard, negative something. It's like March, and I'm like, dude, I got 3 more months of this or 2 more months. I don't know how I'm gonna make it, man. I don't know how I'm gonna make it the next couple months, So what got you through those kind of days? Well, I remember those days, even like October, November. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do this, but how did you get through those?
Oh man, I praise my wife. Luckily she was at the time with me going through it, but we both used to be like, "What the hell is going on over here?" No light. When we was in Russia, we didn't see no light. It was May. I'm like, man, give me some sunlight. So it was one of the things. It was dark all the time. We was like, okay, let's watch a movie, watch TV. So that's my thing. That's our thing right there. TV shows and movies. TV shows and movies. So that got me through. And then just being able to play. So that just brought out a little bit more animosity towards whoever was my opponent, because I felt like I was just stuck in there in that home too much, and I couldn't get out and just see things. So it was like, okay, I got to take it out on somebody. So I took it.
Okay, all right. So 14 years overseas, had an illustrious career. When did you know when it was time to hang up those sneakers?
Oh man, this is tough, man. I lost my mom in 2017 in July, after I finished in Poland. I was about 36 years old, just finishing my second year in Poland. Still had that fire in me, but of course that age kicked in. Everybody, oh, you too old. And I heard that once I turned 30, and I was still proving everybody wrong with that, breaking records and stuff. Broke a few records in Poland. That was amazing. When they said, "Oh, you too old at 34, 35."
I was 32. I was 32 when I retired, so I remember that. It was, I remember my son was about 3 years old saying, "Daddy, don't go," and I was just like, God blessed me 10 years overseas. So I'm gonna try to make that transition to whatever it was the next thing was in my life.
Yeah.
But you actually played 14 years, which is insane.
Yeah, and that was, I knew I was hurt deep down inside. The love of my life. My last parent to leave this planet at a young age. I knew I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to lash out on anyone because I was already close enough to the work that when 2017 hit me when she passed away. I closed off towards in the world, and I still play to this day. But 3 beautiful kids, and I leave it up to them. Whatever they want to do, I try to teach them and be that father figure for them. Because my dad wasn't there. My dad passed away. So I want to be that role for my kids and be there much as possible for them. And me turning 40 this year, being there to see them grow and seeing them enjoying it, it's a blessing. So it makes me feel like I'm retired because they're doing it now.
No, man, I hear you. I mean, turning 40, just a different animal, man. I tell you.
Well, this one right here, at 40, 6'1", 200, I can't jump. Sorry.
hey, I was feeling so hyped. I was like, at that game, I was like, okay, let me see if I can still do it. Yeah, all right, that's too good. I got my one dunk and that's it.
You did that too easy, but I'm gonna take you up on that challenge. I'm gonna see.
All right, show the world. You know what I'm saying? Put it on the gram.
I ain't touched the basketball since 2017. So I'm gonna go and see for you. I'm gonna go and see. I'm gonna see what I got.
This is the truth. I got on the court, right? My cousin was like, "Man, just come watch me." Or my cousin Brandon, "Come watch me," or whatever. Come play. I'm like, I ain't touched the ball since before COVID. So I was like, man, I ain't touched the ball in almost 2 years, right?
Yep.
So my first shot, I shoot it like on the side of the backboard. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, he said, he wasn't lying. It's been 2 years. It took me literally the whole game to even get a rhythm.
Wow.
To even get warm, to get going. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Trust me, I get it. And like I said, after that dunk, I went over and stretched, and made sure I stretched for a while. Stretched, and I had to ice that night. I wasn't playing, boy. I wasn't.
Yeah, hey, that time kicks in, man. It eats too much. But the good thing about me over here, I still stay active. I work out like I'm still playing.
No, I hear you.
Without the basketball, and then also, my kids, my oldest son, Caleb, my daughter, Maya, and then my little one, Kobe, they keep me on my toes. So I got to stay active. So, that ain't down. So I'm going to take you up on that challenge. I saw that on IG. I said, man, I'm going to have to try it. But I
had to. I love it, man. Show that 40 and up. Anybody can check it on my Travis W. Reed IG. You see your boy dunking.
Gotcha.
Because I had to do the same thing during the COVID time. I bought me a treadmill, so I've been living on the treadmill since then. That's all I was doing.
Yep.
But okay, you have a wonderful, wonderful journey, Curtis. Man, I tell you, man, from the block all the way down to Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, man. 14 years, bro. What are you doing now? What are you doing now for the kids?
Oh, I'm a head basketball coach at Shadow Mountain High School. This is going on my 3rd year. Right now, I just started a 16U club team for the first time. Getting into that is Who Are You? For kids who no one wants, trying to make them out of something and make a name for themselves. And it pretty much relates to me. Who are you? No one knew who I was. I had to make a name for myself. So, that's what it's about. The ones that no one wants. Let's make a name together. Shadow Mountain been a great blessing to me. Taking over from Mike Bibby, who won 5 state championships in a row. He asked me, that's one of the guys, out here who I work out with, and just asked me, would I like to take over the program for him? And I said, yeah. And it's been a great experience, taking over that program. But, got some opportunities out there. I'm still committed to Shadow Mountain right now, but the door is still open to coach if it's the right opportunity for me and my family. But you know, I'm loving it, giving back to the kids.
Well, that's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. I tell you, you got a lot of knowledge. And I tell you, I would tell them kids myself, like, your coach had a lot of game, man. A lot of game. I've been watching your coach since he was a kid, man. He grew up to have a lot of game.
Yeah, it's a different kind of culture now. You know, it's gotta adapt. But you know, the young men know. You know, I run everything like college. I don't run it like high school. Everything is completely like college. If you want to get there, this is how it's gonna be. I'm gonna treat you just like a college player. I don't treat them like high school players. I tell all the parents, I hold all their kids accountable when they come to play for this program. So it's been a blessing to see these young men grow. I know 3 of my seniors just graduated today, so I'm happy for them.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing.
Yeah, so I've been pretty fortunately, you know, to get kids into college, getting coaches to come out and watch them before we even get going, just asking me, what do you got over here? Hey, come and look for yourself. Or me reaching out to schools and coaches, hey, come and check this player out. I think he can be something. So that's been a great.
No, that's what it's about, man. Giving back to the future, man.
Yes.
Well, I would say this, Curtis, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate you coming on my show, man. I appreciate all the love. Like I said, we can go on. We can Curtis talk for hours and hours, because, man,
yeah,
you know, we have so many stories of everything from ball growing up to you know, to grown man stuff. So I'm just a blessing. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. All right.
Yeah, man. And hey,
and like I said, you know, I got it. I know I've been saying it, but I got to get out there. You got to come back out to Cali, man.
Hey, I'm gonna come out there.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I know everybody be like, man, you be so busy. Everybody be like, man, come back to the block, Curtis. Come back to the block. So.
Once everything got down there a little bit for y'all, you know, over here it's a little bit laid back, so I'm gonna stay chill right now.
No, I got you, my bro. I got you. Like I said, appreciate it. All right, we're gonna get one pick, you know, one pick in there together, and we're gonna say goodbye to everybody. Like I said, thank you, everybody who was out here. Shout out to Keith Kloss. He just said what up. He said what up.
Hey, Keith.
You know? All right. All right, thank you. Everybody, thank you. Like I said, everybody who watched this show, appreciate it. We're going to keep coming. We're going to keep continuing. Got to bring you back on for another time, Curtis. Appreciate the love, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, too.
All right. We'll see you soon next time on Athlete's Journey.
Yes, sir.
Peace.